difficulty, and I would gladly like to walk you through how to using pen tool in Photoshop. How to use pen tool to cut out your pictures neatly and very dope. So let's go deeper into this tutorial. Okay, so I have my pictures here. Here is the picture, and I'm going to use pen tool to cut out this background. And of course, there are numerous ways to cut out your pictures using same pen tool. I'm just going to show 2 ways that you can use to cut out your pictures using pen tool. So I can just hit P on my keyboard and it moves straight up to pen tool, or I'll just come to the toolbar, then I'm going to click on pen tool. And mind you, if you right click, you have some other options, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to use pen tool, which is this, the first one, which is pen tool. That's what I'm going to use. So now, like I said, we are going to use we're going to use 2 different methods, and for that reason I'm going to duplicate this particular picture, Ctrl J. So now I got a duplicate of this very picture. You can see this is layer 1, then background. So this background by default, like I said, once you just open your Photoshop, once you import any picture at all, by default it has this. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this off, or no, let me put this off, then this will be on. So now I'm gonna zoom in. If you want to cut your picture, you want to trace out your picture, for me personally, I recommend that you zoom out your picture very well using your Ctrl and plus, or Alt. Then if you're using a mouse, an external mouse, just roll it using the scroll, right? So once you have the image well zoomed out, then you can just keep marking out every of the shapes you actually want to cut out, or you want to trace out. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to walk through every step from A to Z. Okay, so let's go into this. So first of all, please do not be upset. This tutorial might just take a little longer time, but I want you to get this, because when I started designing this might get too long. This tutorial might actually get too long, but I don't want you to feel bored. I just want you to get every step of it, because when I started designing it was a major challenge for me to get my pictures cut out effectively. And this pen tool is very efficient for cutting pictures or for tracing pictures. But nevertheless, it takes time, to have a perfect picture cut out. It takes a lot of time and patience. So I just want you to take your time and follow suit with me, just the way I am gonna do it right now. So first of all, you can start from anywhere, or for me, I'm starting from this point. Then I just click once. So once I click once, you will see like a dot here. This is to show that I have clicked this place. I can click somewhere else, you will see another dot. So I'm going to click on Ctrl Z. So then I'll click here. So since I zoom out, I'll be able to see every detailed part of the picture. So I'm just going to cut it this way. Just hold and drag, tracing it around the last time I used this pen tool. Don't what you're gonna do is change this to path. I think that was the last time I used it. I actually used shape, so I'm gonna change it to path, then start it up again. And if you use shape, automatically by default it will create a layer, so just delete this, you don't need that, delete it. So I'm just gonna put here somewhere around here, then I will mark somewhere around here too. I will hold and drag. This is, you hold your, if you're using external mouse, just left click, hold, and you can rotate without releasing to any direction at all, any length at all. So for this, I'm trying to trace out this particular shape that's around the earth. So I'm going to trace it out like this. Then if I'm okay, I'm just going to release it. Then I scroll up a bit, I come to somewhere around here, I mark and I drag to just fit into the specific area I'm looking for. So I keep moving till I get to the very end. So I'll move like this, I'll move like this, then I'll scroll, then like this. This might not be really smooth, but this is just the process. So in case you want to do yours, you might just take a whole lot of your time and just do it perfectly. This is just to save time, so I'm not going to do it efficiently, or let me say neatly, because of the time. It gets bored when things are choked up like this. It won't really interest you to want to watch the tutorial further. But I'm just going to make it real quick and just be free with using of the tool. You see, once you just left click, not to release, then you can move it to any direction, any length. Just do that gently and make sure that you mask it just around the shape for perfect. This is how you keep doing it till you get to the starting point. It can be very, very boring. Very boring, I understand, but you just have to take your time. Being creative takes time, takes a whole lot of time. Now if you have something like this, you see that part of this clothes or part of this picture has been cut off. So what I'm going to do is just Ctrl Z, then at this point you're seeing, just hold your Alt, then click once. Once you hold your Alt, you will see that the pen tool has changed an anchor, which has turned to something like curve. So once you just click on this very point, it takes off the extra points which you are not going to use. So from there you can continue your cutting. It makes it flexible. It makes it flexible. Then you can easily control it. So that's just how it works. So you keep on doing it gently. We'll soon get to the end of this. Just bear with me. I know you're already getting tired. I understand. Just take your time. Being a creative designer takes time. Sincerely speaking, it takes a lot of time. The ups and the downs, and sometimes on empty stomach, you just have to do it. Just have to do it. So like I said, once you have something like this, just Ctrl Z, then just Alt and click. It cuts that off. Then you can easily control your pen to your own satisfaction, or to your own satisfaction, as the case may be. Then if you have an extra length here, just hold your Alt and cut that off. So keep moving. You can zoom in to just get every detail, so that you won't have some um, some background edges attached to your picture, just the picture element to look nice. You can just come here, just click and drag like so. Just drag until it fits into the shape you're looking for or your desired shape. Then you release. You continue from here, drag like so. So for this, you discover that this has cut beyond what we're looking for. You see, this is the cloth, and here right now is in between the hand and the cloth, which is not what we're looking for. So I'm going to Ctrl Z, then I'll just cut this off here, Alt and click. So I'll just come somewhere around here, then hold and drag like so. Yes, like so. So then I would at the same time do the same thing. I'll come here, then drag. Okay, let me just. Alright, so then I hold my Alt again, then I can continue. And I'll keep walking. You can see using pen tool is very nice. It helps you get everything the way you want it, compared to when you want to use lasso tool. Lasso tool can be very, very disgusting, like very, very disgusting and frustrating. Not just disgusting, it gets you frustrated. And please don't get frustrated while designing. Okay, I think we're almost done with this cutting. So then you zoom in. So I'll just come somewhere here. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. What matters is just getting the right position. So you mask it like this, then you do the same thing, trace out exactly as the shape goes. So you just trace as the shape goes, then you get your result. Right, so we're almost done with the tutorial. We're almost done. I hope you're not getting tired already. Please don't be. It takes a little kind of time, but you just have to just follow it, and I'm very sure you're gonna like it. Just take your time and just do yours perfectly well. Just do yours well. You can come over and over again to watch this tutorial, and then you get everything I've just said. The truth is, you can't just get it at once. It takes time, most especially if you are new to the design world. Then it just takes little of the time. It takes little of the time. Just dedicate maybe like a day or two, then you'll be okay. That's why I made everything, from the scratch. I don't want to fast forward anything, so that you get every bit of how I achieve it, or how I do get my picture traced out from a background. To me, this is the hardest thing, or the hardest part of design. Having, like, let's say 20 pictures for a design, for instance, you have to do every one of them like this. But there are other ways you can use, though. There are other ways, like using quick selection. Maybe I will make tutorial on that too. Just that the most efficient one is this pen tool, because it's very flexible. It allows you to control your moves. It allows you to control your moves, unlike lasso tool, maybe a magnetic lasso tool. Once you use that to cut your pictures, you feel like crying. My goodness, it frustrates hell a lot of frustration, like I said, because I've used that before, but when I discovered this, I no longer use it, because at the end of the day, you might end up spending a whole day without achieving anything using lasso tool. Just an exaggeration though, but with pen tool, it's super easy. If you just once you master the art of it, it won't take you any time, most especially if it's a nice studio picture like this. You easily get every detail, unlike maybe a phone picture or a picture taken with phone. Those kind of pictures can be very, very frustrating. Though someone suggested I do this tutorial, so I just feel like okay, it might really be helpful too, because it was kind of a challenge to me when I started designing too, and I was the one who discovered this by myself. Actually, nobody really told me about it. I just discovered it, and I just sit down with it and master the art of it in different dimensions. This season is super hot here, so everywhere is just hot. Not hurt, hot. I think someone said I'm using an accent, and I don't think I'm using an accent. I'm a Nigerian, so I just feel like this is a borrowed language actually, but nevertheless, let's not abuse it, because if I should do a tutorial in my own language, it might not really be effective. You'll just see what I'm doing, but some of the things I might be doing, you might not really get them, because it's not really communicating effectively to you if you can't understand the language I'm speaking. So just permit me to speak like this. I'm super sorry. I'm not trying to form accent here. I'm just trying to be myself. I just hope you're getting everything I'm doing. Please do. And if you have any challenge, please don't forget, comment section is there for you to reach out. Then I would gladly want to help. Okay, so my birthday is coming up soon, and I need a birthday gift, so it's going to give me a gift. The essence of all of this is just to get the detailed part of the picture. You might decide not to zoom yours like this, but I just advise you do it like this, so that you can have the same results and you'll be happy. It's really stuffy here, man. It's really stuffy. Everywhere is hot. Super hot. Seriously. So just keep tracing. This is the hardest part, like I said. One of the hardest part actually. You have to do try and error. Boom. Like I said, we are done. So just do this. So now, if you see, this is where we started from initially. So we must, after every tracing, let me just, okay, you see now. So after every tracing, we get back to where we started from. You see, if I had not zoomed it like this, I won't be able to get all these details. It won't be as sharp as this. So now I zoomed out. So now you see, when I move my mouse on this very anchor point. You see it changed to blue, right? So now once it changed to blue, once it changes to blue like this, then you just left click, you hold, you see it has marked it already. But if that's not exactly what you're looking for, then you can just move it a bit. Okay, like so. Let me just leave it like this. Good. Then I can hold my control, then I just adjust it a bit. Good. So then that's all about this. So the next thing you're going to do now is just to right click, then you make a selection. Ensure that this is just at 0, that's the feather radius is just at 0. What it does is that if you maybe give it a particular value, let's say 5 for instance, it won't make your picture really look sharp. So that's why most of the time I don't really advise you give it a feather radius. So just let it be at 0 pixel, then hit OK. So once you hit OK, you see this is a selection around the picture. So now you're gonna hit your delete. Good. I know you have something like this. This is a problem. This is not actually what we're looking for. So hit your Ctrl Z. So now your picture is back. So what you're going to do next is to make an inverse selection. So just hold your Alt and Shift and I. So it has inverted the selection now. So once you just hit your delete, boom, it goes off. Ctrl Z. Now you can also use your shortcut Ctrl X. It still does the same thing. Now the second method I'm going to show now is this, Ctrl Z. So once your image is still selected like this, just come to your layer panel, then add layer mask. Boom. Okay. Now there's a problem somewhere, so just Ctrl Z. Now what you're gonna do is make another inverse selection now. Ctrl Shift I. Now this is the initial stage you do. This was the initial stage, right? So for using a layer mask now, you don't really need to inverse. I don't know if you're getting my point. You don't really need to make inverse selection. That's if you want to use layer mask. You don't need to make an inverse selection. So what you're just going to do is just trace around the picture, then make selection and hit up this, and the background goes off. So that's just how you can get your background off from your picture. Now if you look at this picture very well, you discover that this picture is neatly cut. You see, it's just exactly like super dope. Then for this you can just use your brush to just brush it off. Or you can use your brush to just brush it off, and just use your brush and just brush it off. Just use your brush and just play around with it, and you get your preferred. I think it's getting too long for this. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. I'm very sure you enjoyed this, and I'm hoping that it won't get you bored. It's still gonna be interesting. You're gonna like it. So please check out more of my videos, more of my tutorials. Please watch them, share them with your friends, subscribe, like, comment, and please just make this video trend. Share it. Just keep sharing it, and let's hit up the target for this year. And I would really appreciate can recommend this to your friends, and I'm open to business as well. Maybe you need to brand your business or something. I would gladly like to work with you. So I hope you really do enjoy this video, and I hope you get value from it as well. And by now, I don't think you should have any challenge, trying to cut off your background anymore. I've made this as simple as possible, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thank you.